Good morning, students. Today we will start a new chapter from the portion of your civics, that is democratic government. Now let us see what we are going to study in this chapter about. We are going to study about the democracy, how the people are elected, how people express their opinion, how the people use the freedom of speech or expression, how the conflicts are resolved, and how equality and justice are maintained. Now, first let us see what is democratic government. So, democracy is the form of government where people have right to participate in the governance of the country through their elected representative. That means democracy is such form of government in which the people they participate in the governance of the country through the representatives. That means through the people, through the person whom they have elected. Means the people participate in the governance of the country through their elected representative. Next is, it is also known as representative democracy. So why it is known as representative democracy? Because the elected representative represent the people in the government. Next, India is a sovereign democratic republic. So as we know that India is a sovereign country, that is, it is an independent country and a democratic republic. We elect our leaders or representatives who take decision on our behalf, voice our opinions, and fulfill our aspirations. So what we do is we elect the leader or the representative, who takes the decision, whoever means whatever decision are required in our favor or for us, he takes decision on our behalf, and he also gives the opinion to fulfill our need and our requirement. Further, what he does is we have the right to express our opinions and views about the policies of the government. So as the government is elected by us, we have a right to express our opinion about the policies of the government. Whatever the policies the government pass, we have right to give our opinion. Next is the elements of democracy. Now, the main feature of the democratic government are the first, right of people to elect their leaders. So the main feature of the democratic is the people have right to elect their leader, means the people choose their leaders. Next is right of people to express their views freely regarding the policies of the government. Further, the people have the right to express freely whatever the policies the government had made for them. The people can express their views, whether they support the policy of the government or they do not support it. Further, the right of people to change the government. Even the people have right to change the government. It is the power of people, as they have elected we can say that their representative, they have formed the government, they do have the power to change the government. Next is electing representative by exercising the right to vote. So the representatives are elected through right to vote, as every citizen, whoever is adult, that is who have attained the age of 18 years or above and has the voter ID card made, has the right to vote. Normally whoever is a citizen of 18 years or above has right to vote. Now, by voting in the election, people elect leader to represent them. This representative takes decision on behalf of people. So by voting, what the people do, they elect their own representative, whomever they like, and the representative take decisions on the behalf of people, whatever is important for them. Now, while making policies, they keep the interest of people in mind. In a democracy, the government is elected for a fixed period. At the end of that period, elections are held. If the people are satisfied with the government, they may re-elect it. If not, they may elect another government in India, elections are generally held after every 5 years. So when the representative makes the policies, it keeps the interest of people in their mind, means whatever the things are required for the people. Further, in democracy, the government is elected for a fixed period of time, and after that, election is held again. And if the people are satisfied with the current government, they can re-elect the government, and if they are not satisfied, they can choose another government. Normally, in India, elections are held generally after each and every 5 years. After every 5th year, the election is held in India. Now, the Election Commission announces the schedule for the election on the appointed date. All the adult citizens of India whose names appear in the voters list can go to the polling booth and cast their votes in favor of the candidate of their choice. Candidates who secure the maximum number of votes get elected. These candidates represent the people and take decision on their behalf. So for the election commission, it makes a schedule and it announces the date for the election, and on the appointed day, the citizen, whoever are the adult and have the name in their voting list, they go to the polling booth and they cast their vote in favor of their candidate, and whichever candidate secures the maximum number of votes is elected as the representative of the people, and that elected representative takes the decision on the behalf of the people. Here in the picture we can see that people are standing in the queue with their voter card in their hand at a polling booth to cast their vote. Now next, other ways of participation. There are various other ways of the participation in the decision making of the government. Let us see what is this. In the democratic country such as India, people show an active interest in the function of the government by expressing public opinion through mass media, that is written in newspaper and magazine. So India is such country where the people actively participate in the functioning of the government. How? They express their opinion either through mass media or through writing in the newspaper and the magazine. Further, they can even express the views through electronic media such as TV or radio. Sometimes citizens use the method such as signature campaign, strikes, rallies, protests and dharnas to draw the attention of the government and express their grievances. So further, the people can express their views even through the electronic media such as TV and the radios. Further, the citizen can also use the signature campaign, strikes, rallies, protests and the dharnas to draw the attention of the government and to express their grievances, whatever they had. Means to get the attention of the government over their needs. Next is, as citizen of the democracy, people should do the following things. So as we are the people of the democracy, we should do the following thing. That is, first, always exercise their right to vote. That means we should always vote. We should always use our right to vote. Next is, vote for the candidate after understanding his or her manifesto. That means we should vote the candidate only after we understand what he have mentioned in his manifesto. Next is, the manifesto is we can say that written paper on which the candidate says what he is willing to do for the people. Next is, stay in touch with the happenings of the country. Even we should know that the candidate who we are voting is in touch with the happenings of the country. Be aware of the policies of the government. We should also be aware of the policies that the governments are making. Now, tomorrow we will begin the topic accountability. Thank you.